Very pleased to be joined now by Ramy Jallad, who is the Group CEO of RAKEZ. Ramy, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. How are you? Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be on.
So we've got 1,800 new companies. That is a 122% increase on the same period, Q1 in 2022. What factors, macroeconomic, geopolitical, are you putting down to the increase in companies?
Well, I think as we can all see, the economy in the UAE is very resilient, and it's a testament to the magnet that we are here in the UAE that we're blessed with. There's a lot of people that want to come here, a lot of people that are expanding from all over the world. I think this, and there's a lot of strength in promoting the UAE in general. On another note, obviously, we're taking a big part of that and being part of the group and being part of all the team players that are out there, attracting FDI and providing solutions to these entrepreneurs, investors, startups, manufacturers or traders that see the UAE as a place to do business with the and as you said, it's the macro, it's the geopolitical situation, but more so, it's actually a testament to the business environment that the UAE is creating with the transparency, the regulations, the ease of doing business. And we at Ras Al Khaimah, obviously here, we're taking a big part of that by being who we are and providing solutions to all of these different types of sectors, industries, and entrepreneurs.
Well, let's look at the factors outside yourself, though. As we come out of COVID, we've obviously got the war in Ukraine. We've got global economic uncertainty, bigger in some areas than others. Where are companies coming from, and where can you see that mirroring some of this tension elsewhere?
Well, definitely there's a big shift from companies that had businesses in those areas that are affected right now, whether they were international companies operating there or whether they're entrepreneurs from that part of the world that just want to make sure that they're in a safe and a business environment that's conducive to their livelihoods or creating business. We see a lot of business from India, from Pakistan, from the UK, from Russia, and even Egypt. From Ukraine, from many different places around the world, China, Asia. So I think, as we know, it's we're a melting pot of many different geographic areas that come here to conduct business. And I can't really pinpoint one particular place, but I think with the geopolitical situations, you know where are the shifts. Europe is facing a lot of energy issues, so they're looking for other alternative destinations. India is a very growing market with the trade agreements that are being done between the UAE and the rest of the countries around the world. The UAE is starting to become a hub for a business, for manufacturing, for entrepreneurs, and you can see that we not only in business but in terms of livability and in Ras Al Khaimah, we're seeing all of the fruits of people wanting to be here to conduct business.
Can I just drill into a couple of things you've said there? You've talked there about not just companies from Russia and Ukraine, but also multinationals that might be looking to move their operations out. Are you seeing multinationals that previously had operations, whether it be factories or offices, in Russia and Ukraine, bring those operations here?
Well, I think the businessmen are smart, and they want to make sure that they don't put all of their eggs in one basket. Not only that from those areas, but from all over the world, as you said. And even when we went through COVID, the UAE was second to none, the best in managing COVID, up there with the top around in the world, and if not the best in the world. So business didn't stop like other places around the world. It was a true proof, as they say, proofs in the pudding. Business went on. Yes, some industries were affected around the world, but businessmen look for a place where they have sustainability and where they can run their businesses. And I think that's what we've seen. A lot of them have seen that the UAE, Ras Al Khaimah, are places where they can set up their factories, set up their trading, set up their it could be just shifting, or it could be other branch offices, and our business environment is conducive for that.
What about the competition between the region? We've had Bahrain offering golden licenses to companies looking to shift operations. Obviously, we've got Saudi Arabia asking companies to move their HQ into the kingdom, but also potential tax breaks for those who set up major operations there. What are these decisions being made on? What are the competitive factors that we're offering to make sure that we get our slice of the pie?
Well, look, obviously, people look for marketplaces. So I think we've got to really look at what the competition is really all about. Is it a competition for the sake of competing, or is it true testament to marketplaces that are growing all over the world? And I think businessmen, investors, entrepreneurs are very smart to see where they can base their operations and where they can operate in the best manner and distribute or send their goods to those parts of the world. And I think, yes, competition is there. You do feel it. But I think there's enough business going around and enough opportunities for everybody. I think it's left up to the investor with where he feels that the best place for his business is. And let's not forget, I mean, the UAE has been there, it's been out there, it's a great business environment, it's been operating for years. The rules, the regulations, the transparency, the ease of doing business, which we're a big part of in Ras Al Khaimah, obviously, is also factors that all businesses and investors look at. So if they don't find that ecosystem and those services in even the markets that they operate in, they're not going to go. They're going to find ways to distribute their products into those markets, but they're going to be in places where their business thrives.
You mentioned the energy crisis in Europe a little while ago. You've had a 107% uptick in the amount of industrial operations that have set up in Q1. What are people saying to you about energy price stability? Is that a conversation?
Definitely, it's a big factor when it comes, especially in manufacturing. Energy is a big cost to most of those businesses. So they look for sustainability. They look for the ability to be able to forecast what's going to be their energy costs throughout their manufacturing process for years and years and years in advance. So it's very important for them to know that they're in a stable environment. They know what their costs are going to be. They can forecast and they can budget that. Otherwise, they can't compete. Sometimes they're operating on very low margins. Cost of shipping has increased. Everything around the world in terms of delivery of a product has increased, whether it's even on e-commerce or not. There's an extra additional cost for last mile delivery or logistics that we've seen during COVID. So they take into, it's like checking, your checklist. Where is it going to be? Where am I going to save costs? And where's going to be the best area from terms of energy and logistics? And even another hot topic that's emerging right now is talent. Talent all over the world is being very transient and shifting. So talent in Europe was one of the biggest questions and one of the biggest concerns that a lot of manufacturers and a lot of tech companies are looking to find.
Oh, unfortunately, we have to leave it there this morning. We are out of time, Ramy, but we do appreciate you joining us live on the line from Ras Al Khaimah. Ramy Jallad is the Group CEO of RAKEZ.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.